Okay, so as you've probably noticed, it is getting late in the week. Today is Friday. This is Friday's video. And as everyone noticed, I have changed the time of the videos. I've gone from a morning release to an evening release. This is a permanent change. Um, Basically, I thought about it quite a lot over the last few weeks, and I thought, you know what? It's very convenient for me, especially when I was in school. I could upload a video earlier on in the week when it was ready, and it just came out Friday morning and it was ready to go. But the one thing I thought about was that I always forgot that it came out in the morning, so I forgot to, share it on the Facebook and everything else. Went for a walk in a different forest, um, trying out some different trails and such, avoiding people, and I think I have found today's composition. I've actually found a couple of compositions that I'm hoping will work today. So, there's a spot where the trail crosses over an old fence row. When I say old fence row, it's a combination of an old fence row and at whatever stage when they deforested and reforested this area. Again, I'm in sort of a plantation pine sort of thing here. There's a lot of rows and rows and rows of pines, but then there's this row here that's a lot of different wild trees, some very, very artistic trees in different shapes, and there's this old stump. And you can't see it right now because it is right here. But there's this old stump and it's wrapped up in barbed wire and it's covered in moss and textures. Okay, so as you can see, I'm down here, you're up there. But I've got the camera set up on the tripod today. As you probably all are aware, working on the tripod, even though it can be limiting from a moving around perspective, and in some ways can become a mental block to creativity, putting the camera on the tripod is the best way to get a good image. It's so much easier to keep everything sharp and stable. So especially like today, it's overcast, it's gray, it's snowing again. I'm working at a 50th of a second at ISO 100 f2.8. I'm at the widest aperture my lens can go, and I'm still working at a 50th of a second. It's getting difficult to handhold at that point. Whereas on the tripod, with a 2-second timer, I don't have to worry about it. No vibrations whatsoever. I'm focusing on the barbed wire on the stump. And I'm quite happy with how this is coming out because there's beautiful bokeh. The background is nice and blurred out. The greens are really saturated against the grayish browns of the forest. It is beautiful. So I am very happy with how this is coming out. I'm just gonna tilt you up here a bit here. There you go. Hello again. So I'm quite happy with that, but I'm trying a couple different things. I've tried a down low shot with it. I'm also going to be trying something from a bit higher up. Because when I walked up to the scene, the first thing I saw was this angle here. Right at eye level looking down into it, the barbed wire leapt out at me visually instantly. So that's the next shot that we're going to try. Going to see how it looks. Okay. Instantly moving up to the higher vantage point, I can tell you right away, just from looking at it on the back of the camera, I did take a test shot, but even just looking at the test frame and at the viewfinder, I know this isn't going to work from this angle. I thought, because you first see it from a eye level perspective when you look at it, I thought maybe this will work, but no. It's just one of those subjects that when you're shooting down onto it, for one, you have to work at a wider angle. Despite having my tripod pretty much as high as I can go, I just can't get enough distance back from it, I don't think, to happily work the subject. Manual focus, still at a 50th of a second, everyone. 2.8 ISO 100 at about 55 mils. 2-second timer, boom. Now, I'm still happier with the high level or the low level shot. Much happier with the low level shot versus the high level. So I'm going to stick with what I captured at the low level shot. I still don't know if it's quite going to be the takeaway shot for me here, but based on what I've photographed so far in here today, I think that this location definitely has more potential than a few of the ones I've worked with in the last week, but it remains to be seen whether or not it's actually going to turn into something. So I'm going to keep on walking here. I actually see another composition just a dozen, 20, 10, 20 feet that way that I'm going to look at and see if it works or not. So you will be seeing that shortly. Okay, so I am checking out my new composition possibility here. So there's the tree behind right there. So we're going to try it. The only issue is it has the trail marker on it, which that's something I can easily enough clean up and post. I still generally am not happy when I have to do that, but it's something I can still do if I need to. We're going to see how this one goes, because this is a scene where I wish I had a super shallow depth of field lens, you know, a 35 1.4 or 24 1.4 or the 50 1.4. I don't have one of those. So we're going to see if I can get the depth of field I'm looking for, because the way I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to capture this and still blur everything else around it as much as possible, and I don't want to do that artificially. So remains to be seen how it's going to go. Gonna give it a try. May try it from the other side as well. But it's a nice thing about digital. It's not like you only have 12, 24, or 36 exposures to work with in a day. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna try a couple frames and see what we get. Okay. So I've tried the composition. I'm actually very happy with it. Remains to be seen whether or not I stay happy with it, but on the rear of the camera, it looks really good. So I'm working at still a 50th of a second, 2.8 and 100 ISO at 70 millimeters. The only quibble I have with this whole composition is the depth of field. So I'm actually going to play with it. I'm going to try getting closer to it. I'm going to try the other side. I'm going to try a few different things with it just to see if I can sort of mix it up and improve it any more. But overall, I'm actually quite happy with the subject. So we're going to go from here. It really pays to try things. If there's any lesson or advice that I can give to anyone, or that I recommend taking home from today's video, try different compositions. Try moving with your feet, even if you own a zoom lens. One of the first things I learned after I bought my zoom lens, people still said, walk your zoom. Zoom with your feet. Walk around, try different compositions. I moved this far. This is how far I moved. It has completely changed the feel of the image. It is now a much more intimate feeling image because you're much closer to the subject. You're much more involved with it in the scene. The bokeh is so much better because you're closer, you're blurring your background more. It's amazing what a difference just moving 10 feet did. I'm still going to try getting closer. I'm going to try a few different angles on this. But if there's anything that I can say, try to take it home and try it yourself if you're shooting after watching this. Try moving around your subject. Even if you think you've got the perfect composition, by all means, shoot it. Shoot that composition. Take 10 frames if you want. Play with your settings. But then, take a short walk. Try a couple different things, because you never know what you may find. Okay, so yes, played with it some more, and I can definitely say I preferred the compression at 70 mils from about the 20-foot distance. So that's the shot I'm going to be taking away from this so far. But yeah, I did try 50 mils. All the other settings basically the same. The clouds got a bit thicker, so I did have to dial it down to, I believe, a 40th of a second. Yeah, 40th of a second in order to maintain the proper exposure. that's the only change I made, other than adjusting my focal point. So yeah, I'm very happy with how this is going so far. I'm gonna take a look at the other side of this tree. I'm not really expecting it to change anything for me though. I'm honestly really thrilled with what I've got so far. So I walked around it. All I did was I took a walk around it. I can already say I don't need to shoot the other side. Between the current lighting and the moss on the tree and the shape of the tree, this is the tree's good side. So I'm very happy that I walked at from this angle, otherwise I might not have seen this. But yes, I think I have my shot. I'm very thrilled about that. You have no idea how thrilled I am about that, to say I have it at about 1:32 o'clock on the Friday of the video going up. So I'm gonna keep going on my walk here, but I think my work here is just about done. All right. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, get out there and shoot. Have some fun. Stay safe. If you have a question or any comments, let me know anytime. And by all means, like and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Check out the website. I always am putting my new work on the website as well, so you can view it full screen if you want. The link for all that stuff and my Instagram is down below in the just above the comment section here on YouTube. By all means, come check it out. I hope you enjoy. Catch you next week, guys. See you soon.